I cleaned up the copper and I put a piece of blue tape down the middle, and I marked a line that represents the center. And then I'm starting to distribute. Here's the cord, the power cord, then the switch. Then I'm gonna have this power light on, and then the input's gonna be over here. So I'm kind of liking this layout. I was debating the light because I want to keep this minimal, so I might not do the light. I was also debating putting a switch on the power cord and not having anything here except this and that. But I think I might put the switch on there. And then since this is going to be point to point, I got to start contemplating how the input resistor is going to go straight into the input tube, which is similar to this kind of tube. It's going to go up here, so I got to start thinking of that. I've got the power cord, the power switch, the light, and my input holes drilled out. And this one is a square hole, so I had to drill a small hole, and then using a small file I just made a little square. Some of these holes are going to be big, so I have some of these that I got at Harbor Freight really cheap. They're sometimes tend to drift a little bit, and I don't know if you can tell, but this hole kind of drifted up a little bit. So if I had a drill press, maybe it would be better, but I just don't have one. So if you use these, just be careful using them because they tend to drift and they're a little tricky to use sometimes. But for the bigger holes that I'm going to need, this is a cheap solution. So I'm starting to lay it out. This is I still don't have my power transformer, and I just noticed, I realized I don't have any of these 8-pin sockets. I had the smaller 12-pin on hand, so I have some used ones, but since this is coming along so nicely, I'm going to just get some new sockets. So I'm starting to lay it out. The magnetone has this on the output transformer on the inside of the chassis, and I might consider doing that instead of the top mount. So guitar input's going to go in here and straight into the preamp tube, and then onto the power tube, and then to the power transformer, or to the output transformer, and then to the speaker. No volume. We'll see how that works. I started polishing the chassis, and I actually left some scratches in there, so I have to go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to maybe take some really super fine sandpaper and see if I can get those out. Or if it ages and looks nice, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to have some artwork in here, and I had this old green jewel light, so I think I might go with some green artwork. And so next up is drill the holes for the tube sockets, but I think I might wait till I actually have the sockets in hand so I don't screw it up. All right, that's where I'm at. Here's where I'm at. I'm starting to wire the input. Peeling that plastic off was a pain in the butt because it had been on there so long. So finally got that out, and I've drilled the holes and just starting to wire it up. So I got my diagram over here and just following that along. the amp is completed. So no volume, just an input, the power indicator switch, and your power cord. The only thing left is to put a couple of screws here to hold the chassis in. And then this thing slides out. I got my speaker jack right here. And this thing. So I went pretty much followed the champ circuit, except I increased this value to 16 microfarads instead of the 8. And obviously the volume pot is gone. And I put the fuse right here because I didn't want it on the panel. So I just built this little bracket and put a fuse in there. And everything else is pretty much like the champ circuit. There it is. So I'm really happy with the way this came out, and I decided to get a brand new speaker for it. So I ordered this Celestion. It was $30. The model is the G8C15. It's a 15-watt, 8-inch speaker, and I am really happy with it. It sounded great right off the box. I'll take this off. Sounded fantastic. To my ears, anyway. I'll give you a quick peek at it. So there it is. It's got a nice magnet. It's rated at 15 watts, 8 ohms. And it sits perfectly in there. So for Christmas, I'm gonna stock up on these 6SJ7 tubes, which are not in production anymore. So I'm gonna get a couple of those just to have them, because I have 2 amps that run those now, the Magnatone and then this one. So there it is. I'm playing my Indonesian Squire.